Joining us now from the CME. Larry, thanks so much for joining for us. Got to ask you first right off the bat, the euro is lower today. What gives are Mario Draghi's comments losing all of their hype?
Well, let's back up for a minute. Nobody cared about this whole meeting coming up until last week when you have Draghi coming out saying, trust me, a bumblebee speech. You have banking licenses coming out that caused a snapback rally in a currency that has a lot of risk premium built into the downside. So it's no surprise we saw the snapback from 121.5 up to 124. The market, I don't think right now is even thinking that he's going to be able to deliver on what he said. And that's why we're just coming off a little bit.
At the same time, people don't think he's going to deliver. There's so much negative news about the euro. But at the same time, no one wants to miss out on the action, right, on what could happen. So how do traders actually position themselves in the euro ahead of this big ECB meeting?
Well, one way they can do it is through options. There is a lot of demand for upside calls right now. But keep in mind what I said, that there seems to be about a 3% risk premium to the downside to the euro. So any kind of shock and awe policy response, even if it's a lightweight roadmap, anything credible is going to cause the euro to snap back. So that's one good way to capture any kind of upside conviction.
I'm going to jump in because I want to stay on that very subject with Adrian Miller here. If we do get disappointed by the ECB after Draghi has come out so aggressively saying we'll do anything we can to save the euro, what if they can't? What if they don't? What is the downside risk for the euro here?
Right now the market is priced for perfection. Even though we're seeing some of the euro come off a little bit from where it went out on Friday, you could easily see the euro go to 120 and even dip below, since the market is hoping and praying that Draghi does something, because I think pretty much investors have given up hope that EU leaders are actually going to deliver on the promises and proposals they talked about at the June 28th and 29th EU summit leader meeting.
But you say price for perfection. Is that investors watching the market, believing that Draghi is going to come through here? Is anyone actually going all in and investing, or are they just watching from the sidelines?
I think for the most part they're watching from the sidelines. You're seeing a lot of volatility and anticipation and hope. Say what you will of it, but everybody's eyes are glued to it and praying that he actually puts forth or lives up, I should say, to his hype from Friday.
Watching, hoping, but not playing. Sheila, I'll send it back to you.
Well, Larry, I want to ask you about that point, because yes, there are a lot of people on the sidelines when it comes to the euros, but there's a lot of folks out there who are still buying, even amongst all this bearish sentiment. Who are these guys?
There's a whole camp out there there's a contrarian camp. They believe that there will be some type of policy response that will include both capacity and conditions, something that will have to work. Let's keep in mind, Spain is not only too big to bail, but too big to fail. So something will work out. We do believe, a lot of contrarians do believe that it's going to be a long time, but some type of credible roadmap employing both the ECB and the EFSF together doing something to help calm the market.
Well, speaking of a credible roadmap, a lot of people looking to the Fed meeting this week, looking for something from them. What do you think is more important this week, the Fed or the ECB?
Oh, the ECB, no question about it. The Fed meeting right now is a text statement. There's no Bernanke comment as far as I know. If you look at the options prices, especially along the equities, they're pricing in maybe a 1/3 chance of any kind of policy response coming up this week and a 2/3 chance later on.
Larry, thank you so much. That was Larry Shever from SFG Alternatives. And here is your strategy for currency.